always thought weddings were supposed to be magical. You know, champagne, laughter, cheesy toasts, and dancing until your feet gave out. But the night my mom remarried my dad, yeah, that wasn't one of those nights. It started off like any normal wedding night. The music was soft, champagne flowed like a river, and my mom, the bride, looked radiant in her cream satin gown, hair perfectly curled, eyes sparkling with hope. My dad stood beside her, half smiling, but there was something in his eyes, not joy, not nerves, but something darker, something I couldn't place. We all sat down for dinner. My uncle gave a tipsy speech about love and whiskey. My younger sister showed a slideshow of old family photos. Everyone clapped and teared up. It was sweet, like a picture-perfect night. Then it was time for my dad's speech. He stood, glass raised, clinking his fork against it to get everyone's attention. The chatter dimmed, the air thickened. "To my beautiful wife," he started, voice steady but with a tremor. "The woman I've loved for over 25 years, and the woman who's been hiding a 20-year secret from me." The room froze. Silence that felt like a heavy weight pressing on everyone's chest. I blinked, thinking maybe I misheard. My mum's smile faltered, her hand trembling slightly as it hovered over her glass. My uncle muttered under his breath, "Oh no," and leaned back in his chair. My dad pulled a folded piece of paper from his pocket. "This," he said, "is a letter I found hidden in the attic, dated 2004. It's from someone named Nathan. According to this letter, Nathan is my wife's firstborn son, born in 2003, given up for adoption, a son I never knew about." Gasping rippled through the room. A fork clattered onto the floor. My stomach turned. My mum's face drained of colour. She tried to reach for the letter, but my dad gently pulled it back. "I loved you through everything," he said, voice cracking. "Through job losses, fights, infertility struggles, thinking we were in it together. But you hid this from me a whole other life. And you never told me." Murmurs began. My grandmother abruptly stood and left the room. My cousin gasped. My aunt whispered in disbelief. My mum whispered, "We said we'd never bring it up again." Dad shook his head. "Number you said that. I never got a say because you never told me." His eyes locked on me. "Have you ever wondered why your mum cried on your 18th birthday? Or why she avoided talking about her own childhood? Because she'd already lost a child at your age, and she's been grieving him in silence while lying to us all." I couldn't breathe. Mum sobbed openly. The DJ cut the music. The atmosphere shattered. Later that night, after most guests left, I found Mum in the garden, smoking a cigarette I didn't know she smoked. She told me she'd had Nathan at 17. Her parents forced the adoption. She met Dad 2 years later and wanted to tell him but was too afraid of being seen as broken, dirty, or damaged. Dad saw betrayal. I saw a woman drowning in shame and regret. A month later, Dad moved out. Mum spiraled into therapy and wine. And me, stuck in the middle of a family war I never asked for. Then came a message from Nathan. "Hey, I think we're siblings. I've been trying to find my mom. I never wanted to ruin anything, just wanted to know who I am." I stared, heart pounding, hands shaking. The chaos wasn't over. It was only just beginning. After that night, everything changed. The house felt like a battlefield. My parents, who once whispered sweet nothings and fought over silly things, now barely spoke. Dad was living with my uncle, leaving the house practically empty except for my mum, who wandered around like a ghost. School became unbearable. People whispered behind my back, distant relatives sent pitying texts, and my friends avoided asking questions. I couldn't even look at my own reflection without feeling like a stranger. One day, a week after the wedding meltdown, my phone buzzed. It was Nathan. "Hey, it's me again. Can we talk?" I hesitated, then replied, "Sure." "Where?" We agreed to meet at a quiet coffee shop downtown. When I saw him, I almost didn't recognize him. Nathan was tall, about my age, but his eyes carried a weight I hadn't expected. He smiled nervously, clearly unsure if I'd reject him outright. "I'm sorry," he said immediately. "I didn't mean to cause trouble. I just wanted to find my family." I nodded. "Yeah, me too." Over coffee, he told me about his life. Adopted by a loving family in another state, raised with all the love I wished I'd seen at home. But always feeling like something was missing, a piece of his identity. The more we talked, the more I felt a strange connection, like pieces of a puzzle slowly snapping into place. But there was something else. Nathan had no idea about the chaos waiting for him. I didn't know how to tell him about my parents' explosion, the broken family, the secrets that were still unraveling. Yet, I wanted him to be part of this, if he wanted. Back home, tensions rose. Mum started drinking more, locking herself in her room for hours, sometimes days. Dad refused to come back. My sister Lily was the only one trying to hold the family together. But even she looked tired, defeated. One evening, after another silent dinner, Mum finally broke down. "I never wanted this," she whispered, tears streaming. "I thought if I buried the past, it would stay buried." "Secrets don't stay buried," I told her softly. "They find a way out." She looked at me, her eyes pleading. I was scared, okay? Scared of losing you all if the truth came out. I hugged her, feeling the fragility beneath her strength. Nathan wanted to meet my mum. He was ready. I called Mum, nervously explaining. At first, she refused. "I'm not ready," she said. "This will destroy what little peace I have left." But after days of insistence, she agreed. The meeting was awkward. Nathan looked at Mum with so many questions in his eyes. Mum struggled to find words, her voice trembling. "You were always in my heart," she said finally. "I never stopped loving you." Nathan nodded, tears running down his cheeks. "I just wanted to know my family." That night, something shifted. For the first time since the wedding disaster, I saw a glimpse of hope. But of course, the rest of the family wasn't ready for forgiveness. Dad refused to speak to Mum. My grandparents disowned her. Cousins chose sides. The family WhatsApp group exploded with arguments. Some called Mum selfish. Others said Dad was cold-hearted. I felt torn. One night, my phone rang. It was Dad. "We need to talk," he said. We met at a park bench under flickering streetlights. He looked older, defeated. "I'm scared," he admitted. "I don't know if I can forgive her." I nodded. "Neither do I." "But we have to try," he said. Weeks passed. Slowly, the wounds began to heal, or at least scab over. Family dinners became less tense. Mum stopped drinking as much. Dad visited home more. Nathan stayed nearby, becoming a part of our lives in small, cautious steps. We were far from perfect, but for the first time in months, the house felt like home again. One afternoon, I caught Mum and Dad in the backyard. They were laughing, really laughing. I realized something. This family chaos. It wasn't just pain, it was a chance to rebuild, messy, broken, imperfect, but ours. So, yeah, my dad's wedding speech exposed a 20-year secret that almost tore us apart. But maybe, just maybe, it was what we needed to finally start being honest. Because secrets are poison, but truth is healing. And sometimes chaos is the only way to find peace.